We're here.
And we're here.
We're here.
Here.
And here. And here.
We're here.
We're here.
Here.
We're here.
And here.
Here.
We're here. Here.
And we're here.
Holden has been in Australia for over 100 years, and while we distract you with this commercial full of bullshit actors, we're off to Asia, because as far as we're concerned, Australia can go and get fucked.
So Paul, let's have a look at some of these pieces here. So this is the first one, is my Breguet.
Yes.
This is the chronograph. So you can have a look and tell me what you feel. I want to get impressions from you there, Paul.
Well, I'm a chronograph man.
Yes.
It's definitely very light compared to the chronographs I'm used to.
It's steel.
Yep.
It's not a titanium one.
Would that be the band that makes it light?
Possibly. It certainly does contribute to it.
And it's manual wind?
No, that's an automatic actually.
Automatic and still that light. Wow.
It doesn't have a display back.
So the case is pure titanium?
No, this is all steel.
All steel?
They have a titanium model, but this is the steel model. I don't particularly like titanium myself.
Why is that?
Look, titanium feels like plastic to me.
Really?
It's very strong. It easily scratches, but
I didn't know that.
titanium, yeah, it's fairly scratch. It attracts scratches. I like steel. I don't like
Because I
titanium.
thought titanium, being a strong steel, would be harder to scratch than...
No, it's hard to polish as well. It's. I don't like it. It's just my own view, Paul. If some people like it, I don't. I like steel. I wouldn't buy a titanium piece.
Yep, well, that's good
End of
information.
story.
That's good
That's
information.
just how I feel. This one here is what they call a. This one here. This is a special chronograph. So it's what they call a flyback chronograph.
Right.
A normal chronograph, you have to stop it before you reset.
Yep.
This one you can reset at any time. It flies back.
Oh, very good.
Because these were originally used by the Frogs, the French Naval
Yep.
Air Force, and they didn't want to. They wanted it to fly back. They didn't want to be bothered to stop and then to reset.
Right.
And that's the watch there itself there.
Absolutely beautiful.
So that's a Breguet, brand new. They're about 15.
Wow.
Actually, no. Sorry. Let me back the truck up. They're about 12. They're about 12,000. You can get that model there on a bracelet or a leather strap, and you can also get it with a date or no date. I've got the date one, so it's at the 6th position. And that's an original Breguet strap.
Yep.
I kind of liked it on the brown leather. I really did like that.
Archie, question about the date.
Yes.
I've been told
Yes.
that if you were going to change the date,
Yes.
the hour hand should be between 4 and 8 o'clock.
Look, the thing is, if you're going to change the date, right, it gets into a cycle. That's correct. What you don't want to change the date is when it's up to midnight,
Right.
because you can damage the cogs.
Okay. So
That's
when it's
the
about
reason.
to flick over from...
Well, you don't want
To
to
the
change
next
it. I wouldn't
day.
be changing date until... I wouldn't change date from after 9 o'clock, 9 p.m. until 3 a.m.
Right.
because it's got the it's in its gearing up to change it, so you don't want to damage some of those cogs. That's what can happen.
What I've heard. Yeah. So I've had a bit of a...
But what you can do is, if you want to advance the date, you can always manually advance it. You know, wind
that's
it
what
around.
I've been doing. I've had a bit of a date change phobia because of what I've read. So I have been advancing it manually via moving the hands.
Yes, that's the best way to do it. Okay.
The safest way.
Safest way.
Yes.
The thing is there, right? On some of the more complicated watches that have day, date, and month, that can really fuck them up by changing it in the wrong zone.
And I've heard that if you have damaged your cog, the way you can tell is that the date doesn't sit nice and centre inside the...
That's not necessarily...
Okay.
Not necessary, but it's still... it just doesn't fucking change.
Oh, so you can totally break the cog.
Well, it fucks up and it doesn't change when it should, and it...
Off to the watchman.
It's just expensive service.
Very.
But, so that's the Breguet. What did you think of it? It's got the rotating bezel.
Beautiful.
It's a nice
Very light.
I bought this second hand, okay?
Yes.
So this is the Breguet. So the Breguet itself, as I said, it's about 12,000 new.
Yep.
I bought it second hand for 5.
Yep.
That's box and papers.
Because I'm used to like a Flightmaster and my
Yes.
Equiterra, and they're both very heavy watches.
Yes.
So my immediate reaction when I bought that, when I held that, I didn't buy it. When I held that, is how incredibly light it is.
Yes. Okay. So you do like, you're a man who likes his chronographs,
I
aren't
do
you?
like the chronograph.
So the next one I was going to show you is my Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon. I haven't showed you this yet. So this is my Omega. This is my latest edition. There we go. And did you know Breguet is owned by Swatch, who owns Omega? It's owned by the same
company.
same group. Yeah, same group.
Same company.
So
and what year is this one?
That's about 5 years old.
Okay.
It's a fairly recent one. It's got the newer bracelet.
Yep. And it's got the writing on the back, so it's not pre-moon.
No. So pre-moon would be
before 69.
Long time ago.
Yes.
Well, actually, you can buy them for about 4,000 or 5,000.
Same movement.
They use a 3-2-1 movement, the pre-moon.
Yes.
And that movement is considered the best one.
So it's superior to the new movements.
Yes.
Okay.
They changed it because it was too expensive to manufacture.
Okay.
So they've cheapened it a bit.
Yep.
But the new movement itself is still very good.
This
is actually they went from a 3-2-1 became a 8-6-1, and this is a 1-8-6-1.
But Archie, by saying cheap, do you mean it doesn't keep as good a time, or it wears out faster, or it loses time?
It was cheaper to manufacture. They put
Okay.
less parts into it and that.
But as a movement, as in like,
Is it better?
is it? Yeah, I mean,
No, the 3-2-1 was better.
so it's better for longevity.
And it's better because that's not a true thing. It's better because it's more artistically done.
Okay.
You know, it's like when you got a car, right? You know how you have the quarter panel on the arse.
Yes.
Well, some car makers have a big elaborate thing. Well, that costs a lot of money. So when they design the car, they say, "Oh, just put a square there, put the lights there, so that we don't have to fuck around with the end piece."
Yep.
So it's less elegant. That's more to the point.
More craftsmanship in the older ones.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Less kind of.
But they're still very. They're still. It copies a lot of things over.
Oh yes.
It's just that, if you ask me honestly, the 3-2-1 is the more regarded one.
Yes.
Okay? It is the better. That's always the case.
It wasn't quite as mass produced.
No, and they're quite scarce too.
Computerised
They're as scarce. Mind you, these haven't changed since.
And you pay for rarity.
Those there, they're about for that watch there. They're about 5.5 new now.
And you got this serviced?
No, I haven't.
So this is original.
Yeah, I look. I probably.
Wow.
To be honest with you, it's gaining a little bit of time.
But it's a very clean example.
It is. It's papers. Came with papers.
Looking at the case, and there's.
It is nice.
I can't even see a mark.
And I paid for that, just to tell you. I paid 22 for that.
That's a good buy.
I've been offered 3. I've said no, I'm not selling it.
No.
Someone's offered me 3. I love it. It doesn't have the same wrist presence as your Omega. In honesty, I could look at yours and think, oh.
But this is timeless. I mean, we were talking about this before.
Yes.
You could give this to your son.
I think that's what you need to buy. I think you need to buy one of those. I'm not selling mine, but I'm saying, I reckon you'd have a nice little Omega sub collection. The Flightmaster, you got the Seamaster, GMT Chrono, and one of those Speedies would back a nice trilogy.
I reckon I might even buy a date Man on the Moon. I was born in '68.
Okay.
I might even look for a '68.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. Yes.
And get a dated one for my
Yes,
date.
you could do that. You could do that. Yes, you could. Yeah. 68. Yeah. Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
I mean, we were saying before, this is the type of watch you could give to your son when he's 21 to 25.
That's right.
And it still wouldn't be out of style.
It's a fucking sexy
It'll
piece.
never lose. People will always say, that is a modern, elegant looking watch.
Look, I've always said this is the first decent watch. You know, when people talk about watches, when does decent watches start, right?
Yeah.
And I think about the $5,000 mark.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I bought my Flightmaster back in 2000.
No, we're talking brand new retail prices.
Oh, brand new ones. Yes.
No, I'm talking retail, right? You've got to spend at least 4 to 5 retail to get a decent
Oh,
watch,
at
right?
least.
But I paid, as I said, I paid 22 for this, right? But the retail replacement is 5.5. That's where decent watches start. Anything
Yes.
less than that, you get is, unless you're buying second hand is the way to go.
Yes.
But your watch was an $8,000 watch.
Well, I didn't buy brand new because I had a...
No, your one there on your wrist now. You bought that new.
Yes, I paid just around the 8 mark for it.
Which is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
But it's a lot of watch.
It is. And also, I was concerned about getting a fake.
Yes.
And
No. I can.
that was a real
Look,
fear.
there's something to be said for buying a new watch. It's a nice feeling to buy it. I'm not saying that you shouldn't buy new. Sometimes it's nice to buy new, right? I don't have that luxury. I've always been on the bones of my ass.
Yeah, well,
I can't afford to buy new. You understand?
I agree. Buying second hand, you're immediately taking away the depreciation because
Yes.
someone else has copped that.
Yes. Okay. Well,
But
keep
my fear was that I would pay 5 to 6 for an Aquaterra chronograph,
Yes.
and I'd get a $90 fake.
Yes. Yeah. Oh,
And
look,
that was a risk. I would rather pay the extra, not having the experience and the knowledge to know who to buy from and where to buy.
Paul, that's exactly right. To be honest with you, if you look at how many hours I spent learning it, it's probably cheaper for me to have bought new.
Hello, my name is Lana and I am a nurse. I want to talk to you about boring YouTube channels and luxury wristwatches and other luxury goods. Are you bored of the usual boring watch reviews? Are you bored of the normal factory promotions? If so, I prescribe you Archie Luxury channel. Archie is just what the doctor ordered. Archie is a magic tonic what will make you happy and smile every day. If you keep watching Archie, you may be able to date women like me. Archie Luxury will make you a big success with beautiful girls. Я тебя люблю, Archie Luxury, и не могу жить без тебя.